In this video, we're going to talk about how to sketch graphs of vertical translations when they are given using function notation. So when you're given a function y equals f of x, if you're given a translation in function notation, it's going to look something like this. We have y minus k equals f of x, or y equals f of x plus k, and those represent vertical translations of the function y equals f of x. If k is greater than 0, the vertical translation is going to go up. So for example, I might say let g of x equal f of x plus 4. Here k equals 4, which means that my translation is going to be up 4. And I could take this graph and I can move it up 4. I can say 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like this point's going to be off here somewhere. Okay. 2, 3, 4. That'll be about there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I've translated that function up 4. If k is less than 0, the vertical translation is going to be down the absolute value of k. So another example here might be h of x. If I take h of x, I could say h of x is equal to f of x minus 4. Okay, so I'm using the second notation here. And here I have that k is equal to negative 4, so that's less than 0. That's going to go down the absolute value of k, so it's going to go down 4. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a new point there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So all I'm doing to translate the graph, once I know what direction it's going and what distance it's going in a vertical translation, is I'm taking the key points of the graph and I'm moving those key points in that direction. Okay. Let's do another example. So given the graph y equals f of x, so this is y equals f of x. Right, y equals f of x. We're going to sketch the transform function g of x equals f of x minus 2. Okay, so what does this mean? This means that k is equal to negative 2, which means I'm moving down the absolute value of negative 2, which is 2. I'm moving down 2. So I'm going to take these key points here, I'm going to move each of them down 2. Down 2. Okay, that's going to go down 2. And then I draw my graph, right? So notice it's just the position of the graph that's changed, it's not the orientation or the shape of the graph. Okay. We'll do one more example here. All right, so given the graph y equals f of x, sketch the transform function y minus 1 equals f of x. So here I've used the other notation. So recall from the first slide we had y minus k equals f of x. Okay, so here, sometimes this is a little bit confusing for students. Some students will say, well, k is equal to negative 1. But you have to consider this is actually not negative 1. This is a minus sign, which means that k is actually positive 1. Okay? This is a minus sign right here. I probably should not. Oh, let me just highlight that. If k were negative, I would have y minus negative 1 equal to f of x. But that just becomes y plus 1 equals f of x. So if you were to ever see this and you have a plus sign here, that's because your k is negative. This isn't the case here. This isn't what we have here. We have k equal to 1. So we're going to move our points up 1. And there is a graph of the transform function.